The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Well, hot damn.
Yeah, that's one way to start this off. Wow.
All right, everybody.
Just
Hey there.
jump right into it, right?
Yes.
Right in. Jump right in.
Jason, hit the button.
Hit the button. Likes to hit the button.
You missed that button. I know you did.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a crazy story you told us, Ralph, about the, I don't know how you got that many chickens into your house, but
Pass.
Yeah.
I don't know how you got it inside out like that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to talk about it anymore, but it was intense. Yeah.
yeah, that was pre-show.
PTSD,
Like,
but
that's
I'll be okay.
not appropriate for.
Yeah, sure you can go on.
Yeah.
Talk about a testing gone wrong.
Yeah.
But the physical assessment must have really been nice.
Yeah, no, it definitely was.
I mean, that was like the most epic ruse I've ever heard, though. I mean, can't pale in comparison to anything else.
To show up as a chicken salesman, that's
They love that God's chicken.
get on down here to God's chicken.
These
God.
chickens have wheelchairs. Oh, Slegna.
By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, God's chicken is Chick-fil-A, and it is delicious.
And my son works there. So I think we get so much of it that I'm like,
Does he only say "my pleasure" now?
all the time, all the time, all the time.
He's been classically conditioned.
I'm just gonna make a real quick announcement. If you're watching the Raw recording, or if whatever you, if this is not the webcast will begin in 28 minutes. This is pre-show banter. If this is your first time at a Black Hills Information Security webcast, we show up early because you show up early. You show up early because we show up early, and then we have to fill 20 to 30 minutes of airtime with just what we call pre-show banter.
Vicious cycle, really. Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't showed up like a day early and just been like
24-hour stream. Oh, gosh.
Yep. 24-hour stream, exactly. Just me sleeping at the keyboard. We're just having
Pre-show
people go in seconds.
PreShow BanterCon.
Yeah, pre-show BanterCon. Oh my god.
Yeah, 24-hour
awesome.
stream. The whole thing is just banter,
Oh my god.
random talks.
Dude, that would be insane. Like, imagine how like far you would have to go, like just to keep it going for 24 hours. Like,
Yeah,
there'd be
just, like,
some
sort of
rolls and
Finding random
times.
people. Like you could schedule out like people to be on, you know, and just
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. New guest every like hour.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Come join us. We're still awake.
I'm just picturing like a telethon, you know, bring in
Yeah.
special talents.
Yeah.
You know I'm gonna do this, right?
You're
Yeah.
gonna pick
That sounds awesome.
You're welcome,
But
Jason.
we'll have to do for some charity or something. Like I honestly feel like at that
Yeah.
point we made a telethon. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it for Innocent Lives Foundation or Rural Tech Fund or open source tools. We can do it for just every couple hours is a new open source tool. Or
Really lean into the classic telethon though. Like
yeah.
Really?
for graphics
the
and
skinny microphone.
Oh, we can do that. This sounds awesome.
we are now in the 18th hour.
Bubbles everywhere.
We need your help. We're very short of our goals.
It looks like Weeble Wobbles out there, you know.
We need like a sound stage and have like,
Yeah, the whole
we're
thing.
bringing in talent. He's going to hack something on the computer and we're going to watch him.
We have to. No, I have.
We
this
don't
is a
see the
random
screen.
idea.
We just see the camera on the hacker.
We reenact.
We don't know what's going on.
Scenes to see if people can actually do that in the amount of time, just to see what would happen. I don't know.
Guess the hack.
oh my gosh.
I already have my presentation that I would use, okay? And I actually am stealing this from someone else who thought of it, but I'm okay with this. But the presentation would be all about hacking movie scenes and whether they were good or not. So just going through every like all the scenes from from different hacking stuff and like just dissecting them, right? That'd be pretty fun.
We have
Others
a
are standing
topic.
by.
Braindance asked what the
So like how
completed print on my
Neil
printer was.
deGrasse
So
Tyson
maybe
would ridicule sci-fi movies, but for hackers.
Oh yeah, that'd be good too.
And at some point, we all watch a movie together, but it's just like you watch us watching the movie.
Our reaction of the movie. We
Science
don't know
Fiction
what-
Theater 3000, but we're watching hacker movies. You know, all the hackers are in that little profile thing. Just making fun of hacker movies.
Yeah. Some of them are okay, but you know, honestly, the early '80s they were really, really outlandish, right?
Mm.
Well, that was a lot of cocaine.
For them, or are you talking for you?
Yeah.
Well, it was 7, so it was me. I found it in Florida Everglades.
Out there wrestling them gators.
Family vacation. If you have not joined our Discord channel yet, you can absolutely join our Discord. Heather just asked for the link, and so I will post the link. We actually have a vanity URL, thanks to all the people who helped support our Discord channel, so that way if you get a vanity URL and you're like, what's a vanity URL? It's, well, just now it's /BHIS instead of being like A_UUGH73. So it's now BHIS.
Did you hear that in the state of Maine, you can have any vanity plate you want, and they don't censor anything anymore because there was a First Amendment lawsuit, and the lawsuit won. So now you can have really obscene license plate vanity plates in the state of Maine. So fun fact.
Great.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
I had a friend who was
Hey,
trying
it's
to
pre-show banner.
had a friend who was trying to do vanity
Bantering.
plates and do like hacker words or something, and almost all of them got censored for some reason.
Oh,
Apparently, they were like, "That's not appropriate to do like hacksaw or stuff like that" for some reason.
in the spirit of Ryan's quick Snapple fact, that would be another part of our telethon we could do, right? Just
Quick facts.
facts. Just
Yeah.
you
It's
gotta
the 20th hour here.
Today I learned.
Did you know that in Maine?
I mean, that's what I'm going to be doing during the webcast, Ralph, is just looking at main license plates.
Yes,
There's a whole Instagram account just for this.
I'm sure.
Is of course.
I'm trying to find it.
We also need to dedicate an
There we
entire
go.
period of time to Polish movie posters. Just
Well, John needs to be here for that.
yeah, John is a Polish movie poster aficionado. And if you don't know, all right, Bo has this look on his
Yeah, I
face.
don't
He
know.
doesn't
I
about
don't know this,
movie
yeah.
posters. All right, so Bo, do a Google search for Polish movie posters. Here's why it's interesting. Here's why it's interesting. In the country of Poland, there's a law that all movie posters have to be designed by Polish citizens. So they get the title of the movie, essentially, and then they have to create a movie poster based on the title. And there's some crazy stuff that happens based on the title alone. They're like, oh, True Romance. All right. And so they make a poster based on the word movie True Romance, or they make it based on Terminator. And so sometimes you're like, oh, that's really cool. And then sometimes you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
But Polish movie posters are, it's a thing.
Intense.
And I'm not fishing you right now. That's a real thing. It's not an April Fool's joke. Polish movie posters. Everyone go ahead, do a Google search for.
Yeah, Google it.
Oh wow, yeah.
War of the
Oh,
World.
there we go.
Right?
There we go.
They're fantastic.
They are. A little terrifying.
All right, let's talk about Florida Man for a second. For anyone that's in the world, I have a Ralph is a Florida man, Bo's a Florida man, I'm a previous Florida man, Ryan's a Florida man. I don't know if the rest of the world knows this, but if there's a person in Florida that does something, the headline will have to state Florida man did.
Yeah.
So true.
This doesn't happen in other states. It doesn't happen in other countries. But if a person in the state of Florida does something, the headline has to have Florida man or Florida woman in the headline.
And it's like almost a daily occurrence.
It's a badge of honor.
From now on, when you see headlines, it's not like Oregon man.
Yeah, none.
It's like
Maryland
someone
man.
in
Yeah.
the Pacific Northwest.
No, they use their first, last name, and everything. Like the whole at DEF CON, we have like a Florida Man con, or like a party. There's a Florida Man party at DEF CON every year. Well,
Yeah.
was. It'll come.
Plus.
Anyway,
Plus.
so yeah, and everyone would show up with their Florida attire. People would bring like pink flamingos and like all kinds of fun stuff. It's pretty good party.
The Florida Man badge is one of the best badges at
Yeah,
all.
it's custom made. Yeah.
I was supposed to go one year, but I had just flown in from Europe. So I'd flown in straight from Greece to Las Vegas. and the time zone change was so. Oh, there it is.
Nice.
That's the Florida badge.
Yeah.
Florida badge.
Fantastic.
Actually, I'll show you the last year's.
Yeah, the time zone change was so severe when I got to Las Vegas that I slept for 23 hours. When I did land in Vegas, the time zone was so messed up that I stayed up for 23 hours and then I slept for 23 hours.
And because we haven't flown anywhere, like that sounds fun. Like that's like I would do that now.
This
Just
is the last time they had a DEF CON. This was the Florida Man badge.
Nice.
And,
Can you hold it up to the
actually-
camera for us?
yeah, so actually it has Wi-Fi in it, and the room number got uploaded to this like an hour before the party. So
That's
have a
That's
badge.
pretty cool.
There's also some hacking to be done on here and some cheats and other fun stuff.
I do miss badge life. Badge life got like
Yeah, badge life, right?
it got really not complicated, sophisticated is the word. Like badge life prior to COVID was getting more like it was an arms race almost of sophistication of creating badges.
Eventually, they were just going to be making knockoff iPhones and been like, "Look at my like that's an iPhone, cool, man."
Put a lanyard on it.
So Kellon is here. Kellon, let's go ahead and get you to share your screen. We're going to share Kellon's screen. He's going to share one slide. This slide is also available in the slides in Discord. So if you want to grab it from there, you can. But it is about InfoSec Con. All right, so Kellon, we asked you to come on today because you're doing great community work. Last year, you started this InfoSec Con. I remember we were helping you get it started because we had just done Wildwest Hacking Fest virtually with 3 days of notice. It's all right, I'm not triggered. And we were helping whoever else wanted to run virtual cons, and you were like, "Hey, let's do this." And so you ran the whole thing. We just gave you some like, "Here's what we did," and then a good webinar session. But tell us about what InfoSec Con is, why you started it, what people can get out of it, how they can attend, things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry. So I was having a conversation with one of my mentors, and essentially I was complaining that I saw a lack of introductory type of like conferences and trainings and that sort of thing in the information security field at that time. And I was just getting really frustrated with like going to a talk or a conference and hearing the phrase like, "Oh, you should come with this knowledge," or "You should have this fundamental skill," or something like that. But nobody was giving the talks or doing the trainings on those things. And then my mentor was like, "Well, why don't you set that up?" And I was like, and they're like, "Do it." So I did. Thus, InfoSec Con was born, and put together a con in about a month and a half. And we ended up having 2 tracks, have a capture the flag, and doing it again this year because why not? Who doesn't like to organize virtual events and challenge themselves? So this year we're doing 2 tracks again. We have a capture the flag lined up, and the focus there is not to win, but it's a learning environment. So we're going to have people to like help you through challenges and that sort of thing. And it's very much a learning environment, not a competitive environment. And then we had somebody volunteer to do a hardware hacking village as well. So that is going to be really fun. We have information on our website there to like go get the kits and that sort of thing for that hardware hacking village. Yeah, and it's going to be Saturday, April 17th, open to literally anyone. We're streaming on YouTube, both of our tracks and that hardware hacking village. And just want to make it as open and available as we possibly can to, you know, meet that need. Yeah, people are posting links in chat. Check out our website. It's very simple. We're entirely volunteer run, people with full-time jobs and trying to do this at the same time. It's been a lot of fun. Our schedule of talks and tracks will be live here in the next few days. I just have to confirm times with a few other people. We've announced a couple of talks on our Twitter. We have some offensive security and blue team security stuff lined up. One of my favorite talks that Bryson Bort is doing his Choose Your Own Adventure for Blue Team, which will be a lot of fun. Trying to think of some other ones that we have. Cost is free. I saw that in chat. Cost is free. We do take donations. I feel weird plugging that, but we definitely do take donations and sponsorships because we're trying to give back to our speakers and mentors. That's another thing we're doing is we lined up some mentors to work with new speakers or people who maybe just need someone to like go over their talk with them and be that, you know, like, hey, you're doing awesome. You just need to tweak this and that. So really excited about that and providing that opportunity as well. We have a fairly good chunk of newer speakers who got lined up with mentors, and I'm really excited to see their talks. One that sticks out in my mind is somebody's doing a talk on threat modeling, and they got lined up with a mentor there, and I'm excited to see how that turns out for them.
So you say it's all
Really
volunteer run. How big is your team, Kellon? How many people are helping?
Oh gosh, about 5 people on the back end of things. And that's like the organizers and things. We had some people volunteer for CFP, so we had about 10 there in terms of people who just went through and read through probably 60 some talk submissions and scored and gave feedback. And that was awesome, being able to give that feedback to people rather than just yay or nay. So yeah, fairly small team. We'll probably get some more volunteers lined up for the actual like conference. We'll be on a Discord as well. So same kind of scenario as here today, just a place to ask questions, drop stuff in chat, share memes, and connect with people. Yeah. Looks like there's people in chat who went last year and enjoyed it. So that's really cool to see from my perspective. Thank you.
Do you envision this ever being a in-person conference, or do you think it'll always be virtual?
That's a really good question. Personally, I'd like to see it stay virtual just because the accessibility piece there. You know, not everybody has the ability to fly out to a place and go to a con, take time off. They might be not even in information security yet, and they're just trying to like catch a couple talks while they're at their other job or on their lunch, whatever it might be. And I think that's one of the things that I want to keep there is that virtual aspect, just for the introduction side. You know, also organizing a physical con sounds like a little bit much. If we're going to be completely honest.
Yes. We're all still a little triggered.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it potentially becoming like a track at another con, you know, like something like that. But organizing a full event, that's going to be a hard no.
Jason, when are you going to make the I came for the pre-show banter t-shirts? I'm really hoping.
All this Hack Fest is they're making the pre-show banter t-shirts. We're not, because we're doing other stuff. But while the Hack Fest has, I just came for the pre-show banter t-shirt, or I just came for pre-show banter. Then, if anyone is interested in the shirts that we're wearing, that's not why you're here. But if you were like, hey, those shirts look pretty cool, I would like to have one. They are available. We had a bunch of overstock. When I say overstock, we ordered more than we needed when we did the pre-orders, just to make sure that we had enough for everybody in case we messed up or in case someone came back and said, please. Oh, yeah, sure. We got a couple left. We do have a couple left. They'll be available for the next 10 days.
I had a talk with my dog.
The dog wanted one.
Before my talk, I had a talk with my dog. I'm like, listen, no barking. All right. He understood. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't work at all. Actually, that's
yeah.
It made me feel better.
I'm the alpha.
Yeah, I'm in charge of this domain here. Like, everyone's like, you're mean to your dog. Yes. Giving him a talk.
So someone asked us to introduce ourselves. Yeah, there's a possibility that you don't know who we are, because every time we do a new Black Hills Information Security webcast, you'll find us for the first time. And so we make that assumption that you just know who we are. And we're like, oh, hey, we're old friends. It's great to see you. So I'm Jason Blanchard. I'm the Content Community Director here at Black Hills Information Security. We got Ralph. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Ralph May. I will be the presenter today for this talk. Yay.
Nice rhyming, friend.
And then Kellon.
I am Kellon. I do information security things, and I'm here to promote my conference, InfoSec.
Ryan.
I am Ryan / the Shootist. I am the video editor guy.
Yes. If you're like, where's the videos at? That's Ryan.
It's my
It's
fault.
his fault. It's all his fault. Just blame him.
It's all my fault.
We'll give you his
All right,
email.
Bo. Who's Bo?
I'm Bo. I work at Black Hills. I'm here to learn how to fish from Ralph.
This is all lies. He also teaches an amazing class about cloud security. It is amazing, so everyone check it out.
Yeah.
Thanks,
But
man.
you are actually here to figure out how to do a fish for a later.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, I'm gonna steal his
this is-
infrastructure setup.
This is, yeah, all right.
Like,
Well,
I'm gonna be playing along live, setting it up while he goes.
okay, perfect. So now I can hear anything that's wrong immediately.
All right, and finally, Deb.
Deb, I am Deb Wigley. I'm the content community manager of Black Hills, and yeah, I do content community stuff. That's about it. Deb the Deb, and Jason is Banjo Crashland. That's
That's true.
always wondering who that is. That's us.